welcome to another Transformers animated review. This time we're going to be looking at the box set of Jetstorm and Jetfire. Okay, so now we have Jetfire and Jetstorm in their vehicle modes. And also the box set comes with a comic before I get on the toys itself. It's okay. I don't have too many comics, but for a freebie that comes with toys, it's alright. The animation, the cartoons themselves look fairly accurate. For Magnus looks a little weird at times. And my only real criticism about the comic itself is that the way each cell or which little comic box can be animated sometimes or drawn out, it's kind of hard to tell what's really going on in it. But other than that, it's pretty cool. It shows the origins of Jetfire and Jetstorm, how they're brothers and how they are selected for the safeguard program, and why they actually have their names Jetfire and Jetstorm, and how it actually affects their powers. There you can see Jetstorm there using ice powers. And there you can see Jetfire using fire powers. Pretty cool. On with the toys themselves. They are pretty much identical. The only differences being these molded pieces on the sides, both the rear and the front are different. Like these on Jetfires, they're fire, and these look more icy. But other than that, man, this one's obviously orange. This one orange and white. This one's blue. But other than that, they are really identical. They are perfectly identical. And on both the sides, they have the Autobot Elite Guard symbol, which is kind of a weird place to put it, in my opinion. I would much rather have it on their chest and robot mode instead of on the side in vehicle mode. It just looks cooler for an Elite Guard person to or robot to have the symbol on their chest. Out of these vehicle modes, individually, I really just like Jetstorm's better because I just like the color. The blue looks a lot better for this mold to me anyway. While this one just looks a little bit more, I don't want to say cheap, but that's the best way I can think to describe the way that at least the color looks on this mold. But they are still really neat jets. Not much playability and no landing gear or anything. The only thing you can really do with these is combine them into a super jet, and you simply find the slots. Like there's a couple of ones right there. And go on the front. Snap it together, and that's about it. Not much. I don't care for this combined super jet mode too much. I don't remember which one's supposed to be top. I think, good looking. No, it's not on the comic box. Yeah, it looks just really silly from any angle that you can really do it from. Just not all that cool. Once again, no fire missiles, no actions or gimmicks. Just that's what you have. No real way you can display it either. Just really kind of no real thought put into it as much as they could have done. Alright, now we're going to transform Jetstorm and Jetfire into their robot modes. And, well, I'm only going to give real detail on one, since they are identical, just to save time. Fairly simple. Just pull down the legs and the waist pads here. Yeah. Rotate the legs around so they're front faced and feet and heels out. Separate the nose cone here and fold them out. Then rotate them back and forward, and these little pegs here will snap into place. Flip this down, then rotate these back up again, and then rotate down in place, and just simply turn that till you can see somewhat of a hand there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now we have Jetstorm in robot mode. So it's going to do the same thing to Jetfire here. Fold legs down. Fairly simple. Still, it's a little bit more involved than I was expecting for these anime toys, because anime seems to be more simple than this, but it's not overly complicated, but just a little bit more thought put into that. Alright, so now we have Jetfire done here. Now let's get a look at both of them. Now Jetstorm is a homage to the Beast Machines character of the same name, and you can not only can you tell by the name or the color, because Beast Machines Jetstorm was also the same color, but he also had a very similar head sculpt. He had a very pointy jawline here, had a blue visor. So I think that was a very neat homage to do, because I really do like the Jetstorm character from Beast Machines. Actually, he was one of my favorite Viacons. Plus, I really like the voice actor from that version, because he originally voiced Vegeta in the DBZ dub at first, before Funimation took over. But I'm kind of veering off topic here. I just really like the Jetstorm character, but you can't really see the Elite Card symbols unless you have the arms out of the way, which is why I think it would have been a better idea to put them on the chest. These arms, both of them, don't really stay in place very well, as you can see there. They don't really. It's fairly easy to get them out of their socket. Jetfire is really only inspired by the Generation 1 Jetfire by name only, because he really doesn't resemble the Generation 1 version at all. I do, however, like his head sculpt. He looks like a World War II fighter pilot with the goggles here on his forehead. He has a kind of a nifty little hairdo going on here, which is made out of fire. The only things I really don't like about either of these figures or Robo is this they're real lame hands. You'd think they could do a little bit better than that. And for a while, we thought they didn't even have hands at all, because they were just transformed like that. So, no evidence of a hand there, but just slight like that. Pretty lame. No, they don't come with any weapons, no swords, no guns or anything. Which these are supposed to be the strongest Autobots ever, because they're meant or they're designed to fight this Decepticons, but you'd think they at least have some hand-to-hand combat weapons. But as far as the robot modes go, I would have liked these either way. Either they didn't combine at all, because I really do like the stylized versions of these two characters. They're very cool. They're deluxe class size characters. You get two of them, then elite guard. Just everything I like about these, except for the hands. Really, really nifty. Alright, so we're going to combine Jetstorm and Jetfire into Safeguard, the super robot mode. And we're going to start off with Jetfire here. It takes a little bit of practice too. It's a little complicated first, but it's not too hard. Just takes a little bit of practice. We're going to rotate the arms back on this section here, and take this little pin here and kind of just wedge it in this little crease here. That just makes it stay in place a little bit better. And then fold these all the way out back like that. But you don't want to you also want to rotate these out like that, so the flames are sticking outward. And then going to take this right section here, pull it to the side, rotate it around like that to get this, and rotate that down and extend it all the way. This is his regular robot mode, and just extend it a little bit more like that. And then leave this like this for now, but just because it's easier to get this robot head in, which I'm going to do right now. Pull this forward, flip out the safeguard head, then put this back in there. There you go. And then you can flip this down to conceal the regular robot head. Then rotate this down, fold in these bits, and then you see the robot arm here, which is really interesting to note, because you can see the molded hand here, but it's actually on both legs here. You can see it on here too, which I'm guessing they did that just so they could use the same mold for both figures and just alter a little bit instead of having two complete different molds, because that's the only reason I can think of that they had hand molded into this like here. So once you get something like this, you're done with that for now. Set off to the side, and then do the same thing with Jetstorm here. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. Going to be doing pretty much exactly the same thing, except opposite, if that makes any sense. Sorry. Pull this side out and rotate that around to get this leg here. Get this arm ready. Flip up this head. Pull it out of safeguard's head, this head back, and flip down this piece here to conceal the other head, and then you're done with that too. Now you're ready to combine them, which is really simple. You can see the pegs light up here. these go in the holes in here. They both have pegs and holes that line separately, and at the waist here. And that is it. And you probably want to fool around with these to get them in the position you like, because they don't stay. Anyway, they're not fixed at all. I like to have them, well, I think they're supposed to be more spread out like X like this. But that's it. So now we have a safeguard. And I actually, when I first saw it, I wasn't too impressed with it because it's so different than any other combiner we've ever seen. We've never seen a combiner that's split into two separate halves vertically like this. It's so unique, but I actually really like it. It's very intimidating looking. It looks like it was meant for fighting. You can see now one side has blue eyes, one has blue eye, one has yellow eye. And this side's head kind of sticks up more and point. This one doesn't. I know this mode gets a lot of bad comments about it, but I actually really like it. But once again, the hands can't really hold anything, but I really don't think the character is meant to anyway, because he is supposed to be really strong. Take a look at the back. Back's actually not too bad looking, except for these arms here that form X. It's not too bad looking. Just not, you don't see any excess of screws or anything, and it's actually not too back heavy either. I mean, unless it would take a good amount of force to be able to knock it down. It's actually fairly light on back, even though it looks real heavy. I would definitely recommend picking up this set of Jetstorm and Jetfire just because I really like the characters so far, and there's just so much you can do with it. Even though the combined vehicle mode is a little bit lame, but the vehicle modes by themselves are really nifty, and the robot modes are really cool. And this safeguard combined mode is really unique. I don't think we'll ever see a combiner just like this again, so just from a collector's point, I think this will be a one-time thing we see anything like this. But, and the comic really gives some insight into the character himself, so that's a little bit more of an insight or a little bit more of an incentive to get it, because you'll know more about the character's background when you buy it, and you'll really think this is a really cool characters to get, or cool Autobots to get. And you really like their personalities too, because they're fairly young, but not too cocky, but they are well aware of how strong they can be. Alright, well, I would definitely recommend getting these whenever you can. Because $20 for two figures that do so much, such as this, I don't think you can go wrong with it. Until next time, thank you for watching.